So what you see going on right now is we are completing the road that leads to the industrial zone. So if you look up that way, that road runs about another 1.5 kilometers up that way. You can turn the camera that way just to see. So we are underneath a hill. You can't see the road all the way, but we started out from the front of Xity, and this road runs along the edge of Xity, and it leads to the industrial zone, and then it leads to where we will have the future dock for boats to park into. So that is the road we are currently doing. After this work here, we are going to go to the other side of Xity where the residential zone is going to be located, and then we are going to clear that up, and then we are going to begin building the residential homes. So hopefully we get to finish this clearing of the residential zone this December, and then we commence the building in January. So that is the work that we're currently doing. There is a little segment of a swamp walk with me a little bit this way, you will see that we've come quite a long way. And we are going to go up this hill so you can see basically a stretch of the road ahead of you. Because once we are underneath the hill, you can see the stretch of the road. But there is a lot of work that is currently going on here. As promised, we said we're going to commence this phase of the development of Xity in this December, and that is exactly what we are doing here. So if you look all the way ahead of you, I think you see another peak there, and that's not even at the beginning of this road yet. So this road is quite long. It stretches about 2 kilometers here, but we are going to do 1.5 kilometers because that is going to hit us where we need to dig and create the boat docks. And those docks, basically people living in Xity who own their small little boats can come in from the river and dock there as a private space. It will be like a little area where you see by the ocean, maybe if you live in New York or Seattle or other coastal lines in the US or wherever you live, where they have those little docks where people park their private boats. It's the same thing we are going to build down there. But the road stretches, I think you can see there's a little bit of a dip in between the peak we are. So this is the continuation of the work that we are doing now. We are going further across that swamp, and this road, of course, is the road that takes us to the industrial zone. Yeah, so for those of you who have been a little bit skeptical and sitting on the fence and waiting to see action started in Xity before you can jump on board, well, here is it. We are already building the road to the industrial zone. We are going to cross that swamp. We already crossed one, and the road stretches again as far as back there, 1.5 kilometers back there. And yeah, we're hitting down to where the dock is supposed to be, where people can park their boats. That's where we are headed. But if you've been waiting, we are going to complete this work in this month of December with this road done, and then the residential zone done, and then we will start building the homes. If you are interested in owning a home here, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on our WhatsApp number. It's 231-777-909012. You can reach us at any time, and yeah, someone will definitely respond to you. But we've been bringing some residents.
Don't hesitate. Just what you just said. Don't hesitate. Make up your mind. See what's going on. You see this construction? I'm standing right here. I'm one of them that here to see for myself. You can look from that distance to this distance. There's construction going on. So jump on board. Contact the CEO and start making preparation. And you see what you'll get. You're not lost.
Thanks for jumping in. So as you can see, a lot of times like people who have paid for their spot in the residential zone, they get to come over and then they visit for the first time. And as you know, when someone paid money for land in Liberia without even visiting the place physically, when the time comes for you to take them there is always a little bit of anxiety, right? From my side, and say, hey, I wonder how this person is going to think about the place, right? But from time and time again, every time I bring someone to visit here, they are actually more impressed than what they've seen on videos, right? That's just an example. Yesterday I was here with someone else. In the previous pictures, you saw someone in those pictures that we posted yesterday on our social media platforms. That was another client who came to visit, and she was super, super excited. I've brought people here who've seen this ground physically and have decided to actually double their investments in terms of the quantity of land they acquired initially. They saw the place and said, hey, listen, I'm going to double this. Give me another additional acre here. Let me hit my max 2 acres. Or someone who buys 1 lot and say, you know what, let's do 2 lots after seeing the place physically. So don't hesitate to reach out to us, join us. The journey to building Xity is here. It's happening before your eyes. But the land reserved for the residential community is fixed. Once that land is exhausted, you are not going to get space here to build your residential home. And I know Liberian people, some of you have been following Xity, some of you have been hearing what I had to say. You are sitting on the fence, the land will run out, then you will take the phone to call me and say, hey, oh, you know what? I was doing this and I was doing that and I didn't get to buy my land. Now I regret it. Well, you have the opportunity to jump on board now. We are in the month of December. I've been getting a lot of calls lately. A lot of people are returning homes. I don't want to call the names that people call those group of people who return home in December for visits and everything else, but those folks have been calling me. Those folks have been visiting and seeing the spot, and definitely I can tell you the land is running out. So you have to really get your foot into Xity by acquiring your physical spot. Get your foot into the door. You cannot live here. You cannot build your home here when you don't own a land. So buy a land. That is the first step to own your property in Xity. Buy a land. Let's build your home. I think it's an insect that went into my mouth, but let's go ahead. Buy a land. This is part of the Xity experience. You'll get some insects getting into your mouth sometimes. But yeah. So yeah, this work is being done. We're going to progress a long stretch of swamp that we use from here. And goes all the way to that little we are filling it. It's the longest stretch of swamp that we cover. Once we cover that, we are good to go. The rest of this side basically is dry land. We are going to get over. And yeah, it's going to get easier from here. It's just a lot of back and forth. So we can break it down all of the area here, break it down the lines of everything. Once we get over that swamp, we are good to go. We are going to hit the edge of the end of this road, and then we are going to come back up, take the machine to the other side, the far side of Xity, where we have our first residential zone located. And we're going to do that. Yeah, so definitely we're making progress. We are happy with our progress. We are moving forward, and Xity is getting realized day by day, and that is what is important. Every day I wake up, or every day I go to bed thinking, what is the next thing that will push Xity to the next thing, to the next phase. Do that day by day. We are making progress. We are super excited about it. Let's get out of the way of these machines. But yeah, so that's what's happening. Join us here in Xity. Don't wait. Don't miss the opportunity. Get your piece of spot. Build. Let us help you build your dream. And you can make that realize. You can realize that you can actualize your dreams here next year. Don't let people fool you about Liberia. You can build a nice home in a nice community in Liberia. The example is Xity here we are offering. And no one else is going to build Liberia but us. And we can do it now. So join us in Xity. Let's do it. Let's walk down the road there and see what's happening here. So people can see the extent of the work that we are doing. This is massive. People don't get to see these things. So people don't get to have a front row seat on the building that is sitting as far as possible.
cross tonight.
Oh, you will cross?
Yes, he said he will cross tonight.
Nice. So
Right? Isn't that what he said?
He said you will cross?
He said he won't cross tonight.
All right.
You know, Johnny going? Yeah.
So, yeah, come here. So what the guy did. So here is what's happening here. He decided voluntarily to get out of the way of the machine. Get out of the way. So he came, he's impressed with the progress of the work, and he voluntarily put his hands in his pocket, right?
Yes.
And motivated the machine operator. Motivated the machine operator by putting his hands in his pockets, right? So this is how we build Xity. Everyone is chipping in, doing something extra, motivating the workers to get the work done faster. So now, we give him something. What did he say?
He's going to do his best tonight to cross over to the next
cross over the swamp. So today he's going to work overtime to get us across the swamp because he's motivated.
Absolutely.
That is what we are doing here in Xity. People are coming, seeing the progress of what we are doing, happy and enthusiastic about what we are doing. They are volunteering to do little bits and pieces of things here and there, or putting their hand in their pocket and tipping my workers, right? They are just doing it voluntarily. And this is what I thought about. This is what I envisioned. That Liberians will embrace this, and this thing will be built by Liberians. That is an example. Even a $5, $10 tip. I don't know how much it is, but the idea is that even the thought for people who don't have money to contribute to this project, just the thought, just the moral support is super, super important. So yeah, as I was saying, just the thought and the moral support from Liberians is motivating. It helps me keep going. It makes me think that when I was optimistic that Liberians can support each other to do something, we need someone to start big vision projects like this. Other people rally around you. Those are the things I was thinking of. I knew that people would come around to just help them. And I've been fortunate to have people here and there come and just tell me, hey, I know this guy who owns this like machine, or this guy who can do this job, like those connections, those help, looking out for me so that I don't fall into any type of pit, right? Any type of situation that is going to be difficult for me. Those are the things I'm talking about. Those are the things that will happen. Machine operator is planning to get through across here tonight. That's the promise we made. Let's see if we can live up to that promise of getting across there tonight.